Konnichiwa, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about potential clients criticizing us. Za egyo desu. Sore dewa ikimashou. So let's get going. This is the 5th year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is Chic Central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training, Tokyo, Japan, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, and now my new book in Japanese, Za Eigyo, is available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tachijin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 292. 292. Today we're talking about be bulletproof against criticism of your follow-up. The phrase, I was ghosted, is a new addition to the sales lexicon, but the problem is ancient. You meet someone at a networking event, have a positive conversation, and then you follow up with them. Your email goes nowhere, and all you get is crickets. So, you send it again as a forward, so that the previous one is there in the thread as a subtle shaming reminder. Hey, I wrote to you, but you haven't answered me yet. More crickets. What do we do in these cases? Being old school, I like the phone. I prefer to speak with people, but in the modern world, getting anyone on the phone has become harder and harder. Also, I observe, like some sort of amateur anthropologist, that the younger generation have become more text-based. The reason for this is the low confrontation element through using text. It gives the other party the escape route of just not replying and ghosting you. No sales come from this approach, though. Also, I get a truckload of emails and messages on various social media every day, and so does everyone else. Sometimes my computer screen top right-hand corner will whiz in a notification that so-and-so has contacted me, and in 2 seconds it is gone and I've missed it because I was concentrating on some work I was doing. Then begins a search for which social media platform that message came from, wasting an enormous amount of my time. I hate that. Anyway, are they not replying because what they told me at the event was total crap and they are ghosting me? Or are they, like me, drowning in a tsunami of information inputs from the different sources, hammering us all day long? I always work on the assumption of the latter, and I keep trying to make contact. The risk here is you become annoying and start to create flesh wounds to the brand. We get spam emails and notifications all the time, so we don't like it. And the temptation of the potential buyer is to see our correspondence as spam and start becoming upset about it. In the second email, we need to be sensitive to their schedule and make an apology for adding to their inbox. We also need to restate the benefit we can bring to them and make that the justification for following up. We are duty-bound to do our best to help them advance their business, and that is why we are following up. For the third email, I like another slightly different version of the same message, maintaining that all of this effort we are making is to help them. For the fourth email, I like the 9-word formula used by Dean Jackson. Sending something very brief is unobtrusive but makes the point. It might be something like, "Are you still interested in doing something with ... And you can fill in the blank referencing your company, product, or solution. I sent this to a suspected ghoster recently and was delighted to get an apologetic response talking about how busy they were, etc., etc. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is being brought to you on the 14th of June by our previews. On the 17th of June, we have the Dale Carnegie course. This is the 110-year-old course that is just absolutely phenomenal. Comfort zone expansion, which means helping you to have the guts and the confidence to challenge things that you're not good at right now, but which you need to challenge to make yourself better. Works on your leadership capacity through having better communication and people skills, which is absolutely vital, and also works on how to deal with your stress. Your stress is holding you back. What are you going to do about that? Well, this course, really, it's a bit of an omnibus course. It covers all of these things. Phenomenal program. That's on the 17th of June. Also, we have another class starting on the 25th of June. And we also have another preview on the 24th of June. Check out our website, www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. And they're all available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. We all get a lot of emails. So my email technique has 2 consistent themes. I always start my replies with the word thanks. I do this because I am very outcome driven. And I can be so focused on the point of the email, I forget the human element. I need to remind myself to start my message from that point of view. Left to my own devices, I'd be straight into the business point of the correspondence. If there has been a little time since the last correspondence, by using a trigger word like thanks, I'm able to remind myself to say something like, "Thanks, I hope all is going well," before I get into the business at hand. My second technique is to make their personal name the header. If they are a Japanese person, I will put in polite form, Tanaka-san or maybe Taro-san, depending on how well I know them. However, if I write Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo in the header, that will give potential readers a headache. It signals there is a heavy-duty message coming their way, which is going to suck up their time, and they're already feeling put upon by the amount of work on their plate right now. We are all more likely to open an email addressed to us personally, so their name alone is the best guarantee of the email being looked at. It has never happened so far, but if someone challenged me on this practice, I would just say, my commitment is to help your business succeed, and I want to make sure you will at least have the option to consider if what we have makes sense, and putting your name in the header helps to elevate my email above the other hundreds of emails you are dealing with every day. I use the same basic reply when anyone ever challenges me about the amount of follow-up I do. I will also add, I'm sure you teach your sales team the importance of serving customers, and that means doing the follow-up consistently and properly, so that is why you are hearing from me. We are here to help your business beat your rivals and do better. The reality is they know their own sales team are not doing enough follow-up, and secretly they wish their people were more persistent and dedicated like us. The key takeaway is we need to be ready beforehand for the pushback. There is no point trying to come up with a snappy answer on the spot. It is better to have prepared for this eventuality. We don't want brand damage, and to have people running around town saying, those people over there at XYZ are terrible. They keep pestering the hell out of me. Always allow the buyer to say no for themselves without second-guessing them by not following up. If, however, you don't get a reply and are ghosted after 4 follow-ups, then the answer is actually no. And you and I need to move on and find a new buyer. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Use it and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.